Coming up on Mountain News at 6, a Wise County man will spend the rest of his life behind bars after he reportedly shot the Norton police chief 5 times. And could Kentucky's abortion law become less restrictive? We talked to the senator who filed the bill named Hadley's Law.
Plus, a wind advisory continues through tomorrow morning as gusty winds are likely. Those details coming up as Mountain News at 6 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Well, we have seen plenty of rain in the last 24 hours, but cooler air is starting to settle into our region. That means there could be an increased chance for a wintry mix. Our first alert weather day continues as we send it over to meteorologist Cameron Aaron. Cameron?
Yeah, Olivia, we are still watching out for some light to moderate showers on this Tuesday evening. As you can see on first alert pinpoint Doppler, zooming into some heavier showers in the Big Sandy Valley from Martin County, also into Lawrence County and Wayne County, West Virginia as well. And a first alert for downtown Pikeville, some showers not too far away. Also tracking some light showers in the Cumberland Valley from McKee and Jackson County to Clay County, also into Knox County as well. So some more spotty showers are possible as we go into this evening, also tonight. But notice those temperatures are starting to cool off. Still have some 50s in the Big Sandy Valley, up to 53 for Grundy, also Prestonsburg, down to 43 though over in Somerset and Monticello. So that cooler air will continue pushing into our direction as we go later on into tonight. Those winds are still gusty, up to 32 for London, 32 also in Somerset, gusting to 38 over in Wise. So we are still tracking some more gusty winds this evening and tonight, so be sure to keep that in mind. But those temperatures are going to cool off into the middle and lower 30s, so we are tracking some more snow showers, possibly a little bit of a coating or dusting. More details on that wintry weather coming up in just a few minutes. Olivia?
Cameron, thank you. Wise County man James Buckland was sentenced to life in prison following his actions on May 7th, 2021, when he shot Norton Police Chief James Lane. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox details the sentencing and how Lane and others reacted.
James Buckland appeared at the Wise County Courthouse for sentencing. It was a long-awaited day for Norton Police Chief James Lane and many others. Lane suffered several injuries that he still battles now.
Every day is pain from the moment I wake up, until I fall asleep.
Lane, his family, and colleagues talked through a lot of the pain they felt. A common word prosecutors used to describe Buckland was coward. Defense called for the judge to look more at Buckland as a person. Wise County Judge Ron Elkins ruled Buckland will have 2 life sentences and 11 years in prison.
It was the absolute maximum that Buckland could receive, and I think the court said it best when Judge Elkins told Mr. Buckland that the only reason he was giving him this sentence is because he couldn't give him more.
Lane was pleased with the outcome as well. He was thankful for the prosecution.
I truly feel we had a dream team in reference to the prosecution of this case. I couldn't have asked for any better.
Lane says while the shooting still haunts him, he will continue serving.
I feel that I'm not done yet. I have a couple more goals that I've had in my career, and I hope to achieve those before I do retire.
Buckland's defense attorney declined to comment when we reached out. Buckland is currently being held at the Duffield Regional Jail until a future assignment comes. In Wise County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Norton Police Chief James Lane also gave Buckland a Bible, saying he hopes Buckland finds peace and guidance from it. A Laurel County man is behind bars after he violated his parole. 45-year-old Jamie Blevins of London was brought into custody off of McWhorter Road yesterday, which is about 2 miles from London. Blevins was charged on a Kentucky Parole Board parole violation warrant. He also failed to attend treatment for substance abuse regarding a conviction in Rockcastle County Circuit Court on charges of fleeing or evading police. In Laurel County, police are asking for help finding a side-by-side that was reportedly stolen. Officials with the sheriff's office say they are looking for a side-by-side that looks similar to the one on your screen. It's a 2004 Kawasaki Mule that is red and black in color with a cardinal sticker on the back. If you have any information about the case, you were asked to contact the sheriff's office at 606-864-6600 or message them on Facebook. In West Virginia, Wayne County 911 dispatchers told our sister station WSAZ that troopers with West Virginia State Police responded to a crash involving a school bus and a car in the Lavalette area. Officials say at least one person was taken to the hospital, but it is unclear if that person was aboard the bus or in the car. Dispatchers say the scene was clearing just after 4 p.m. Kentucky lawmakers could decide to allow abortion in certain situations. Senator David Yates says he's filing a bill to allow abortion in cases when women are victims of crime and when their health is at risk, along with some other factors. Some conservative groups still say Kentucky's abortion bans should stay the same. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to both sides of the issue and explains more on what the legislation will do.
Hadley Duvall says she was a victim of sexual crimes and was pregnant when she was 12.
So there should be options. The legislators shouldn't feel entitled to force victims who have stories like mine to carry a baby of their rapist.
Senator David Yates calls the bill Hadley's Law and wants Kentucky's abortion ban lessened to include terminated pregnancies in cases of rape and incest when a mother's health is at risk and when pregnancies are ruled non-viable.
Those survivors, those women, and even little girls who were put through that, who that choice was removed from them, who were violated, should not be continuing to be violated by the state.
As a whole, we are opposed to any efforts to really to abandon or move away from Kentucky's existing pro-life laws that are saving lives.
The abortion issue has received tremendous amounts of attention in our country recently, of course, here in the state of Kentucky. And it's been said numerous times that Kentucky does have one of the strictest abortion bans in the country. Senate President Robert Stiver says it's too early to tell if there's Republican support for the bill.
This is the ultimate kind of decision, life versus not life, a person's health versus somebody else intervening and, making a decision on is there and defining another person.
Governor Beshear says if the legislature passes it, he will sign it. Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
A spokesperson for the American Civil Liberties Union says the bill does not go far enough, but that is a good first step to restoring access. Protesters who were arrested during last year's legislative session are now heading to trial. Officials say they were in the gallery of the State House of Representatives demonstrating against the controversial Senate Bill 150, which deals with transgender issues. In the Lexington Herald Leader, 20 people were cited for criminal trespassing. A lawyer representing some of them says they were offered generous plea deals, but they maintain they did nothing wrong, and they want to go through a jury trial. Republican lawmakers introduced a massive crime safety bill in the House today. The Safer Kentucky Act is now labeled as House Bill 5. 45 co-sponsors attached their name to the 68-page bill. If passed, Kentucky would adopt a 3 strikes and you are out rule for violent criminals with repeat offenses. 29 other states have some form or variation of this bill.
I think that's a good way to measure it, is those lives being saved, because under this bill, those people wouldn't have been out in our community to offend because they have chosen a life of violent crime, and we want to make sure that those people in the state of Kentucky are behind bars.
Kentucky already incarcerates over 30,000 of our neighbors, and another 60,000 are on probation or parole. And if we were our own country, we'd be the 7th in the world in incarceration rate, which would mean we would be the safest place pretty much in the country. But yet, here we are.
The ACLU says the state already has a persistent felon statute which allows for additional sentencing. Here's what Bolin said in a statement about being brought onto Coleman's staff. It's an honor to serve the Commonwealth I call home. Every Kentuckian deserves to be safe in the communities where they live, work, and raise their families. I'm thrilled to work with the incredible team Attorney General Coleman has assembled and continue this important work on behalf of Kentuckians. Bolin will work alongside new Civil Chief Justin Clark. The commission tasked with spending Kentucky's portion of a $900 million settlement with opioid companies met this afternoon in Frankfort. Members of the Kentucky Opioid Abatement Commission broke out into subcommittees to discuss treatment and recovery, plus prevention, reform, and compliance. Some of the settlement money has already been awarded. The commission will meet again next month. Following a record year in Kentucky tourism, the state has released its 2024 official Kentucky Visitors Guide. Governor Andy Beshear said the state's booming tourism industry generated $12.9 billion in economic impacts in 2022. Resources in the guide include everything needed to plan a trip in Kentucky, whether exploring regionally or by topic of interest. New official visitor guides are now available at Kentucky visitor centers across the state. And one local legend is going to be honored later this evening for her impact in the mountains and across the bluegrass. Macy Morris is the Lady Bobcats' all-time leading scorer and took home the 2015 Miss Basketball. During halftime of the Bell County Boys versus Harlan County game, they will officially name the court after her and offer an official dedication. Lady Bobcats head coach Dave Teague got the chance to coach Macy and says he knew she was going to be talented from the start.
I knew very early in that she was going to be a special player and things, and Macy just had a work ethic like no other and things and stuff, but she was such a great player and a great individual player in her own right, but she was also such a good team player, just willing to help others, and the things that she done for our team and things just kind of speaks for itself.
He says Morris is well known statewide and says he is proud to have gotten a chance to coach and honor her.
Well, we are tracking some snow showers to increase as we go later on into this evening. Your first alert forecast after this break. Plus,
as temperatures drop, many are staying indoors, but for some, the outdoor work must continue.